to Movie Monday's first ever monthly wrap-up. Sorry for the long break, but I was working on changing the format and making it come back bigger and better. So first up, without any further ado, let's get on to Get Out.
So you guys coming up from the city?
Yeah, we're just heading up for the weekend.
Can I see your license, please?
He wasn't driving.
I didn't ask who was driving. I asked to see his ID.
Call me Dean and you hug me, my man.
So how long has this been going on, this thing?
Get Out is a horror comedy starring Daniel Kaluuya, Allison Williams, Bradley Whitford, and Catherine Keener, and its directorial debut of Jordan Peele. I really love this film. It's an amazing combination of both horror and comedy. Neither one is too powerful, just the right amount of both. This was by far a breakout for director Jordan Peele. He had a really unique directorial style that I hadn't seen before and that was very original and very enjoyable. The standout cast members were Little Ralph Henry as the comic relief character, and Daniel Kaluuya showed a real promise as the leading man. I can't say much more without giving away spoilers, but I really enjoyed this movie. So I'm going to go pretty high and give it a 4.8 out of 5 paws. Now on to Logan.
I hurt myself today to see if I still feel. I focus on the pain, the only thing that's real.
Logan is directed by James Mangold and is Hugh Jackman's final outing as Wolverine, and also stars Patrick Stewart as Professor X, and Daphne Keane as Laura, and Boyd Holbrook as Pierce. I really liked the tone of this film. All superhero films nowadays seem to have the same tone, but Logan's tone was much darker and more solemn, which I really enjoyed. Now let's talk about what really made this movie great, and that was the performances from Hugh Jackman and Patrick Stewart, who were firing on all cylinders during this film. They were amazing. They both really made you believe this dark tone in a story that could be very campy as done by different people. I had one big flaw, and that was that sometimes the R rating didn't seem earned. It felt like they were being edgy for the sake of being edgy, and it just wasn't needed. Overall, though, I really enjoyed this film, and I thought it was a great send-off, so I'm going to give it a 4.5 out of 5 paws. Next, Kong Skull Island.
We use explosives to shake the earth, helping us to map the surface of the island.
You're dropping bombs.
Scientific instruments.
Is that a monkey?
Kong Skull Island is the latest incarnation of the King of Monsters, King Kong. Kong is directed by Jordan Voight Roberts and stars Tom Hiddleston, Brie Larson, John Goodman, Samuel L. Jackson, and John C. Reilly. I love the camera work in this movie. Some of the shots are just beautiful. Sadly, the film wasn't quite good at the shots. Thankfully, it's a super fun movie, so that didn't matter very much. The real standout in this film was John C. Reilly, who kills it as a former World War I soldier who got stranded on Skull Island. I also really enjoyed Thomas Mann, Jason Mitchell, and Eugene Cortero as soldiers. They really acted like I feel like I would have acted if I was there stranded with my films on Skull Island. Lastly, I want to talk about the creatures. All the creatures in this movie, including King Kong, had really interesting designs, and I loved how they took down each of the monsters differently due to the powers of that monster. I thought it was really interesting. Overall, I very much enjoyed Kong Skull Island, and I'm going to give it a 4 out of 5 paws. Next up, A Tale as Old as Time. The 2017 Beauty and the Beast is directed by Bill Condon and stars Emma Watson and Dan Stevens as the titular characters, also Luke Evans as Gaston, and Josh Gad as LeFou. Let me start off by saying this film is gorgeous. The set, the costumes, even the hair and makeup are just magical, no pun intended. All the new songs, like How Does a Moment Last Forever and Evermore, are just great. Sadly, I think it just doesn't quite live up to its animated counterpart. That doesn't mean it's bad, just the animated version is so good. And I think who's to blame here is Bill Condon, who didn't really have a straight directorial vision or anything new or interesting to offer to the film. The one area where this surpasses the original is with the character of LeFou. Josh Gad knocks that role out of the park. So despite it not being as good as the animated, it is still a good film and very enjoyable. I'm going to give Beauty and the Beast a 4 out of 5 paws. Now, it's morphin' time.
It happened up there, okay? I'm not the same. I'm strong.
How strong?
Insanely strong. No.
Damn, dude. I feel like we need to go back out there.
I'm gonna jump across with her, and then you jump. Piece of cake.
Let's go.
No, don't jump. Jason! That's not a piece of cake!
Power Rangers is directed by Dean Israelite and stars Dak Montgomery, R.J. Schuyler, Naomi Scott, Becky G, and Ludi Lin as the title characters. I have to say, when I first heard they were making a new Power Rangers movie, I was like, why? But they proved me wrong. This was a really fun movie, and that's the best way to describe it. Is it cheesy? Yes. Does it have an over-the-top villain? Yes. But did I enjoy it? Yes. All the kids with each other had great chemistry. They acted like real teenagers would act if they got superpowers. I also have to shout out the screenwriter, John Gatiss, because I think he heightened this film, which could have been super cheesy. I love the nods to the original show without going fully that direction. Also, after watching this movie, I really wanted Krispy Kreme donuts. I can't say too much because, spoilers, but Krispy Kreme. I didn't think I would go this high, but I'm going to give it Power Rangers 3.75 out of 5 paws. And I want to say, I would totally watch a sequel. Lastly, I have to review a movie about a boss baby. Roll the clip.
Meet your new
But this baby has other plans.
We babies are having a crisis. Babies aren't getting as much love as we used to. Behold our mortal enemy, puppies. No, that's exactly the problem.
Boss Baby is directed by Tom McGrath and has the voice talents of Alec Baldwin, Steve Buscemi, Jimmy Kimmel, Lisa Kudrow, and Tobey Maguire. I had extremely low expectations for this movie. I thought all the trailers looked really stupid and I just did not want to see it. But I have to say, it was better than I expected. Not great, but not complete garbage. I want to talk about what I really liked in this movie. I enjoyed any time we got to go inside the character Tim's imagination. I thought that was really fun. The way they animated it was really cool. Also, I really liked the narration as done by Tobey Maguire, their older version of our main character. There was also quite a few funny jokes in this movie that I did chuckle at. One about Hansel and Gretel really got me. Also, they used some cool styles of animation that I was not expecting. I was just expecting them to use that regular 3D style that they use nowadays. But they throw some 2D animation in there, which I really liked. Now, what I didn't like about this movie is how I never felt for the characters. The movie was telling me to feel, but I just didn't. Also, Alec Baldwin's character has a really weird thing about memos in this movie that I didn't quite understand. Lastly, I do want to shout out the score. Animated movie scores can sometimes be phoned in, but this one felt really fun and imaginative. So overall, I think I'm going to give Boss Baby a 2.75 out of 5 paws. Thank you so much for watching the first ever Movie Mondays monthly wrap-up. I hope you really enjoyed it. Also remember to like this video and comment below. Also follow me on Instagram at movie_Mondays. Thanks for watching.